And good morning, everyone. This is Mr. Kasarian, and welcome back to another episode of Modded Minecraft, episode number 47. All right, now, as usual, I'm cramming this in right before work. So this may or may not be a briefer episode, depending on how much trouble I run into, or it may spill over into tomorrow's recording. I swear I'm going to update Electricraft, Reactorcraft, and Rotarycraft at some point soon. I swear, okay? So the first thing we're making today is we're making a bit of a new device, all right? This thing is the refrigeration unit, all right? Now, the thing that's going to go with it is going to be a glacial precipitator from thermal expansion, okay? Now, the other thing we're going to want is going to be, we need some base panels here. I should really code this in, shouldn't I? You know what? Let's do that now. There we go. Ta-da! As we slowly start to increase the amount of stuff. I'm also going to need to build myself a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need that. Thank you. One of the things I need to work on here is thank you. Stuff. Yes, stuff. Do I have any hardened clay laying around? Doesn't look like it. Do I have any clay laying around? Yes, I do. Look at that. All right. So let's get just some regular clay. And let's cook it up. I don't know if I actually need this. It's kind of 50-50 if I do or I don't. So, because I'm not certain whether this is... Oops. There we go. Problem with not being able to see your keyboard. I usually have issues with things that are on one side or the other. If I get off the... Because, you know, when you're playing a game, you're not just sitting your hands on the home keys. So this is a gas duct, and I don't know if we need it. I'm kind of 50-50. Oh, it's from Reactorcraft, so we probably don't need it. We probably just need liquid pipes. So let's check those out. Liquid pipes. Okay. And while we're here, let's get ourselves... Actually, do I have a... Yeah, I do have a fluid transposer. Would you look at that? Okay, good. Just worried for a couple seconds there. All right, so let's pop down a couple levels. Don't go that way. All right, so let's take a look at what we're doing. You can see I already have these steam engines running happily. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drop below. All right. Oh, nope, not that far below. And we're going to get ourselves our glacial precipitator, and we'll see if this actually works. If it does, great. If it doesn't, oh well. All right. So now that that's in place, we just need to get some water into it. Actually, what I want to do is I want to kind of do this a little bit weirdly, because I actually want to connect to this and then come over and then in through this connection here. So let's give this guy a good hard whack. Let's see how this guy's doing. Okay, let's turn everything off. You should be getting fluid. No, why not? Oh, of course you aren't. Of course you aren't, because I put you in that way when I should have put you in that way. There we go. And now that's going to be the output, all right? And, of course, I put the fluid transposer in. Yay. Get back here. You go in there now. There we go. We don't want snow. We want ice, okay? Takes more fluid, takes more power, but that's fine by me. Okay, so we now have ice being produced. Now, let's all hope and pray that we can actually get ice into our next machine that way. And that's iffy. All right, so let's take our refrigeration unit and plop them down right there. Operation time, 33 seconds. Ice is not going in. Houston, we have a problem. All right. One that's easily solvable, at least. So let's get... Do I have my testing hopper laying around somewhere? Apparently I don't. Let's get ourselves a testing hopper. And then let's break through the floor just a little bit. And let's take some ice out of there. Okay. Do you feed from the top? Yeah, that's what you do. Okay, so you feed from the top. That's not a big deal. Because what we can do is we can just run a connector to the top there. So let's take a look over here. What can I do? What can I do? Let's push it out the back. Or, hold on. Are you pushing? Yes, you do push. Never mind. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Okay, so that's all connected and that's running. Beautiful. So we now have liquid, whatever this junk is. Liquid nitrogen, all right? And it's running pretty well. You can see I'm having some tick rate issues right now just because, well, I am. Okay, so what we're also going to have is right in here, we're going to give ourselves a fluid transposer, right? Right. And we're just going to run the power for it like that, okay? And now I'm hoping that if I do this, you have liquid nitrogen in you. Good. And you have liquid nitrogen in you. Good. So now, blue. All right, I'm not certain what this is doing, but fill. There we go. Okay. So now what we should be able to do is, let's drop some ice in there. Refrigeration unit's running quite happily. I don't care if I'm wasting a little bit of stuff on this right now, because if I have more steam engines than I technically need, because at this point it's working out pretty well and we're actually getting enough liquid nitrogen that this is vaguely functional. And I'm not getting anything weird coming out of it. That's really good as far as I am concerned. Well, we are getting a bit of dry ice, but we can deal with that later. We're not getting a lot of it. Okay, so now what do we want? Well, this entire process has been to work on something from Electricraft, namely superconducting wire, okay? That's interesting. It takes 16 of each, covered with wool. That's a little weird. I think that's an error. I definitely think that's an error. Right? Yeah. Okay. So we'll make some of the uninsulated stuff for right now. But you can see it's tungsten, HSL. It's complicated. So let's actually... yeah, let's look at that superconducting wire for a couple seconds, shall we? For a second, I'm like, wait, why do I have some in my inventory? I don't. I don't know why I got the reservoir, but whatever. Okay, wire. We want the superconducting variety. Okay, so I need two HSLA and blast glass, right? Oh, jeez, I'm almost out. I'm going to need to rebuild that thing, too. 2 HSLA? Right. And then I know the bottom is going to be sintered tungsten. Right? And then let's look back at the superconducting wire. Okay. And then I need gold, 2 silver, and some redstone. Gold. And of course, you do this in a workbench. Silver. I'm not certain why I have 2 different types of Rotarycraft silver going on. And redstone. Okay. And then we need to not build this in here because this actually needs to get built in our other thing. In our workbench. Okay. So we're going to open this guy up. I'm going to go like that. And then that. And then that. That. And then that. And then that. And that gets us some superconducting wire. Notice how it says it cannot be placed until we fill with coolant. Right. You can see that that's exactly what we're doing right here is we're filling it with coolant. And we just got 16 superconducting wire. Okay? Now the nice thing about this is look at that. No voltage loss. Yeah, right? Nice. Okay. So if we go down all the way down, and we want to be careful here, okay? We want to be really quite careful. Because this stuff... Why does that look... No, that's still silver wire. Okay. Because this stuff isn't... Let's try it. I'm sorry about that. Let's actually try insulating it just using the standard recipe. Maybe it's an NEI glitch. I'd be surprised because usually Rotarycraft doesn't glitch NEI anymore. It did in very early versions, and Rika kind of fixed it. So let's see if we actually have an issue. No, it's an NEI glitch. Look at that. Okay. Well, it's a good thing I actually checked, but this brings up another issue. We need more wool. We're actually almost out of wool. Yeah, we're almost out of wool. So we need to fix that, and that's probably not going to happen this episode, but next episode. And actually what I want to do the most right now, to be honest with you guys... is not take any fall damage, because I'm awesome. And also that. So what we're going to be doing is basically replacing a lot of this stuff with this insulated superconducting wire. Which I can't place down. Oh. Now that's interesting. It lost its coolant data as soon as I insulated it. Okay. Well, that's a little buggy and weird, but we'll roll with it. And it isn't taking much for us to re-insulate the stuff, so that's not too bad. But yes, so we now have lossless cable in Electricraft. Yes, lossless Electricraft cables. And they look pretty shiny too. I mean, they're pretty shiny cables. You can see they're kind of glowing and they have those unique textures and that sort of thing. But the main thing is we need to find some sheep, and we need to find them quickly, or at least an alternate way of producing wool here. All right, so let's take a look at wool. I can use cotton, cattail, dye, string, of course, white, dyeing, extractor, sawmilling things. You know, there must be a way to produce wool in a better way, but it doesn't really look like it. Huh. So basically my options are cotton, cotton, or cotton. That's frustrating. That's just a little frustrating. All right, well, let's just set up a quick and dirty cotton farm then. I don't think that'll be too difficult to do. So, I don't think cotton breaks when you plant it, right? So I should just need a harvester, right? Let's find cotton. Of course, I'm missing most of them. All right, let me go jump back to my home base, and I'll be back in a minute. All right, so fortunately I found out that my old farm is still nice and functional. Are these all full? No. Okay, good. Good. Yes. So you can actually get more ore, by the way, more stuff out of these if you chuck them into here. So we'll just do that. And why not use it if it's running? Wow, these guys are still chewing stuff down? Jeez. So you'll get some pretty good results from throwing your charged Certus quartz in there. I don't remember if it decharges it. Yeah, it does. It turns it back into regular. Okay, so that's good to know. Anyways, let's get this rolling. I discovered that my old cotton farm was actually still doing fine. So I got a couple seeds from there, and some other stuff and basically just got myself a little bit more wool. Enough for 2 more sets by the looks of things. There we go. And I'll probably set that up off camera because it's going to be a pretty basic process and you guys don't really need to see it. But yeah, so this is what I'm going to be doing. Just making this stuff, putting together superconducting wire. We're actually going to need it in the future because more and more of my base is going to be switching to an Electricraft system as time goes forward. And that's really because we're going to be... yeah, we're basically just going to be working on trying to get off of using that jet fuel as much as we can and switching over to using some other stuff. And I know that, like, in this environment, I don't need to use insulated, but I'd rather use insulated because if I'm working in that area, I'd rather not get myself electrocuted. So the last thing I think we're going to do for this episode is just a little bit more maintenance, now that I think about it. Let's jump all the way back up here, and let's get our inventory clear while we're at it. So we're going to, yeah, just a bit of maintenance. I want to see how that thing's doing downstairs, which I have a convenient drop down right here for that. And it's waiting. Oh, no, it's still running. Yeah, okay. It is still running indeed. And you can see how long this stuff is lasting us, too. Like, that's absolutely insane. So the other thing I'm going to do here, now that I think about it, is I'm going to come down here, and I'm actually going to rewire this a little bit. Okay, let's find some of this stuff. Let's drop this down by a level, okay? Because what I want to do, connect you, shut you off. Because what I want to do here is I want to put a cable in there. Okay, so you're shut down now, so let's cut you and cut you. Oh, no, I don't need to cut you. Reconnect you. Yank you off. Put you down a level right there, okay? And then we'll shut that off because it's not going to do anything, so let's not confuse ourselves. Oops, don't go throwing your wrench, please. Where'd my wrench go? Oh, there it goes. I'm like, wait a second. I had a wrench. Where'd it go? All right, we're going to throw our fluid conduit here. I think that auto outputs into any available fluid container, so I don't need to worry too much about it. So let me just drop that here so I can get out of this. Okay. And if I remember correctly, yes, okay, it auto outputs. Good. Now, the next thing I want to do is to pop this thing open and get myself a pair of ender tanks. Right, that's not a crafting table. Nah. Keep doing that. Oh, good, and we're a bit lower on that now, too. All right, so let's run over to here. What am I doing and where am I going? I'm getting out of here to go upstairs. Right. Okay, so though that there's a crafting table too far. There is a crafting terminal down there as well that I could work with, but whatever. Oh, right, I need wool for this, don't I? Yep, that I do. That I do. How many Tesseracts do I have laying around? I got one here, right? I should have one more somewhere. Huh. I should have one more sitting around somewhere, and I'm not certain where I put it. Let me come back in just a split second. And the answer was it was down in my power room. Which is a good place to put it, I guess. Okay, so if I come through here, then back here we have our cow systems, right? Why aren't you guys dead yet? Because you don't have energy? You should have plenty of energy. I can see the connection down there. You don't have energy either. Why don't you guys have energy? Oh. Ask a stupid question, get a stupid answer. Because I never connected the energy. That would be exactly why there's no energy there. Oh, gosh. Yeah, stupid questions, stupid answers. Okay. So, what type of energy line are you? What are you running? You're running really wimpy. Okay. Let's fix this, shall we? Oh no, you're connected. Oh, you end right there. Okay. So part of what happened was there was an issue actually on this save. Oh, that was glowstone then. Part of what happened was there was an issue with this save. And basically, I ended up having to rebuild a whole bunch of stuff and redo a whole bunch of work because there was a weird explosion, and there was a really weird explosion involving Reactorcraft jet fuel, and I should have known better than to try to do what I ended up trying to do. And as with most of Rika's mods, doing something like that tends to cause you problems. Namely, putting jet fuel near anything that's hot tends to be a bad idea. So, yes, I learned that the hard way. Now that, okay. Yes, so I learned that the hard way this week, that you don't put jet fuel near anything hot. Heh, yeah, I know, right? I can hear half the channels going, yeah, that seems like common sense there, Cass. Yeah, I know. Alright, so we need to basically redo all these. That's fine. So, yank you. And we have to yank you now. You know, working with conduits sometimes can be a remarkable pain in the butt. Okay, we have to yank that. Thank you. Let's yank that. We'll have to get in here and yank these. I was wondering why nothing was working really correctly. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, so we should be... Oops, not quite. Oh, come on. Thank you. Oops, missed one. See, I love how conduits you can have multiple of these in the same block. Of course, that's basically hoping that you don't end up cutting your ME cables every time you try and disconnect them. I wish there was, you know, you can probably do it with like the shift right-click functionality. Hold on, let's see. That's probably how you're supposed to do it. Okay, so now see if I go back to There we go. I'm guessing that's how you're supposed to do it. I just never do it right. Okay, so these should be connected now, right? Hey, look, it worked. We are now functional. Okay, good. So what I can then do is come down a little bit. Put this guy in, right? Let me work on you. Let me get access here. Come on. There we go. Extract mode, active without signal. Okay. And then we'll place our Tesseract number 1 down. That was not what I wanted to do. Tesseract. Let's set it to... We'll rename this as frequency 1. Mob essence. Save frequency configuration. Send only, send only, send only. Set frequency, save frequency, enabled, ignored. Good, okay. So now what we'll do is we'll go back upstairs. We'll turn back into our normal self. Jump up here. Let's just go through the wall for once. And what I'm going to do here is put that in, right? Good, okay. So he is feeding now. That's good to see. Okay, so that's good, that's good, that's good. So we've done a bit of work today. We got our new superconducting lossless cables done. We are enchanting. How has that been going, by the way? Oh, nice. We got some nice stuff in here. Look at this. Fire aspect, disarming, multi-shot, protection, decay, reading, wrecking, sharpness, flame, looting, knockback, aquafini, smite, unbreaking. Power 4. Power 4 is cool. Okay, so that's glad to see. I'm happy. I'm good. I'm very good. I'm very happy with that. All right. So this has been Mr. Kasarian. I want to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, comment, and or subscribe to my channel. It helps, and I really appreciate seeing it. Until the next episode, guys, this has been Mr. Kasarian. Happy mining.